I'm a teacher, teach first grade. To be honest with you, I said I would never be a teacher because both of my parents were teachers. And so at night, around the dinner table, we always talked about kids in their class, and kind of felt like I was invisible sometimes. So I thought, I'm not ever going to be a teacher. Well, I went to Lubbock Christian College at the time and got a degree in psychology because I thought I would change the world. Needless to say, I got out of school and couldn't really find a job. My mom and dad are good friends with a couple that he was a principal in a town named Crown Point, New Mexico. It was on an Indian reservation. And my mom said, hey, you have a job for Kim? And he said, I really do. And at that time, special education, you didn't have to have a teaching certificate, but you had to get one. So I taught during the day and went to school at night and on the weekends to get my master's degree in education. So I said I would never be a teacher, but I really am thankful that God kind of shoved me into that profession. And I keep doing it because I love it. There's not one specific thing that I can put my finger on of why I love it. There's probably 1,000 different reasons that on any day of the week you could ask me and it would be that reason. I think mostly is I saw the impact that my mom and dad had on their students, and they were middle school and high school where I'm elementary, but it's so fun to see that light come on when a child learns something for the first time, or they've struggled and struggled and struggled, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've got it. And you see them come in as these little kids, and then you see them leave, and you've gotten to witness them growing, you know, academically wise, maybe emotionally wise, and so definitely physically wise because they change so much. But so I guess that's really the reason that I've stayed for as long as I have. I taught kindergarten for several years, and when I came to first grade, I didn't like it. I liked my kindergarten babies, but it's growing on me because now they're a little bit more independent, but there's still that wonder. There's still that excitement of like, oh, look at this. I think maybe when that wonder goes away, that may be when I feel like, okay, it's time to move on. But that hasn't happened yet. Every year there is that storybook moment, you know, when a child gets something and it opens up a brand new world for them. And so I think coming back every year and experiencing that. I did reading intervention one year, which meant that I pulled small groups of kids and we practiced reading. I had a little boy named Gregory who was just the cutest thing on the face of the earth. He would come out to the portable every day and he would struggle and he would struggle and he would struggle. And it was in the spring of the year. And I had noticed every day it was like he added a little bit more to his repertoire of things that he learned. And one day he came in and he sat down and he just started reading. I said, Gregory, what are you doing? I'm reading, Miss Oldfield. And it just opened up a whole new world for him. His grades got better. He kind of came out of his shell. And it was probably 3 years ago, my family and I went to Salvation Army to serve Thanksgiving lunch, and he was there with a group of his friends. And I went over to him, and he looked at me, and I said, is your name Gregory? And he goes, you were at Parkway, weren't you? And that is my moment that I always think about, my Gregory moment. So I think just being able to say I had a sliver, like Gregory had a sliver of an impact on his life. Maybe that's selfish, I don't know, but it keeps me doing what I'm doing.